Hey, how you doing? I wanted to take just a little bit of time here and talk about 1 Timothy 6, 17 through 19. I'm just going to read it here. Command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. Command them to do good, to be rich in good deeds, and to be generous and willing to share. In this way, they will lay up treasure for themselves as a firm foundation for the coming age, so that they may take hold of the life that is truly life. What does that tell us about being wealthy or seeking after money and wanting to make cash? It doesn't say it's a bad thing. What it says is command those who are rich. There are people who are rich. How did they become rich? Well, they did the work that is required to become rich. They gained knowledge. They used that knowledge, they exercised that knowledge, and they became rich. That does not mean that they took advantage of people. I remember having many conversations with people who just grew up in an environment where they thought, if somebody is rich, then they took it from the poor. That's not true. They provided a value, and people paid for that value. Of course, there are bad people who become rich doing bad things, but there are very good people who become very, very wealthy, providing a wonderful and valuable service to people. The key is the commandment is to the rich not to become arrogant. So my question to you is, if you're rich now, are you a prick? Are you an idiot? I don't know very many people who think they are. Most people think they're pretty cool. Maybe ask it a different way. Are you attracting into your life the kind of people who fill you with joy? Or are you attracting people into your life that don't add any value other than temporary happiness? Happiness and joy are very different. One of the things I like to say is, whoever told you money doesn't make you happy was poor. Money does make you happy. Paying your bills on time makes you happy. Having more at the end of the month than you need makes you happy. Having enough to pay for your kids' college makes you happy. That's a lie that money doesn't make you happy. Money makes you happy, but happiness and joy are different. I know a lot of happy people who are arrogant pricks. I know a lot of wealthy, wonderful people who are humble, people that I like to call dirty millionaires, meaning they go to work and they get dirty every day. Not necessarily sweaty, some of them do, but they come home having worked and having really done their best to do their best and be their best. And they have a heart of service. And I like this, to not be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth. So how can you be rich and not have your hope, your desire, all of your thoughts be on wealth? Well, remember God. Put your hope in God. Remember, we're all God's children. And if you've been blessed, then you have something called privilege. It's a privilege to have blessings. It's a privilege to have, in fact, more than you need. And what does the Lord ask us to do with our extra? He asks us to tithe. He asks us to give. And what I hope that you'll build with me or on your own is this habit of doing good deeds. Now, in real estate, when I say deeds, I've got a dual meaning there, the deed to the home, of course, but the good deed of finding a way to monetize that real estate so that you can build your own personal wealth, so that you can do more good and have more influence, but a heart of service, a heart of doing good, a heart of giving to God's children. That's really what drives me. I hope that as I have built some wealth and as I continue to do so, because I'm not done, that I can remember the purpose of it is to bring God glory. The purpose of it is to be cool, right? To be good. Not cool as, wow, Jason's such a cool guy. I don't care about that. But just to be a good person. I want to make sure that I surround myself, those of you who are my students, those of you who are considering becoming a student of mine, I want to make sure that you're somebody that has a heart of service, a heart of kindness, somebody who, you want to do well financially, take care of your needs and the needs of those who depend upon you. That's something that I want to just touch on. Take care of your needs and the needs of those who depend upon you. That is a calling of God. That's your duty and your responsibility. If you've brought somebody into the world and you're not taking care of them, you need to change that. You need to up your game. You need to increase your knowledge, increase your output, increase your work. Take care of those who are dependent upon you as well as yourself. Now, my goal and all of the people who I associate with. Our goal is to have more people dependent upon us, not in a prideful way, but to be able to help more people. It's okay to have a larger number of people depend upon you. And one of the great examples in my life as a working man was a friend of mine who owned a large company I used to work with, and they went through some very, very difficult times. His name is Brandon, and he called us into his office, a team of us, and he just said, I need soldiers, and I need help. We got to make this work. Because there were over 600 people that company was feeding. That's a lot of people depending upon you. I really just admired the way he put that on his shoulders and said, I need you to be a soldier with me, and we've got to take care of people. Let's go. So there's my point. If you're seeking wealth, or if you are wealthy, be cool. Don't be a rich prick. Be cool. And how you do that is you find people who need help, who are dependent, and share your privilege with them. We can do that in real estate by giving them opportunity for ownership. We can do that in many, many different services by social entrepreneurship, by having entrepreneurship, making money with a purpose. And as long as we do that, we're going to be abundantly blessed because our heart's aligned with the right things. The universe is smiling and saying, let's help this happen. It's a fun ride. Hope you'll join me.